Hello and welcome to my next episode of my Minecraft But Playing series. So I was, in the last episode, if you missed it, I died and lost my diamond pickaxe. So, in another episode I planned to make, but I ended up just turning into a time lapse, as you can see now. Hopefully. I had tried strip mining for diamonds, because that's usually how I get them back, but it took me a long time and I wasn't getting anything. So I decided to pick up some iron. So let's speed this up. And collect some wood. As I hopefully have time lapses showing. And I went out and I started this episode, which I already recorded, but then, as always, my computer died and it got corrupted. So yeah, I don't know when I'll learn to keep my computer plugged in while I'm playing, while I'm recording, but maybe eventually. But anyways, basically I wanted to test out two different tricks that work on Java Edition, or at least I know that they work most of the time on Java Edition. And I wanted to see if they work on a Bedrock Edition. And if you don't know the difference, Bedrock Edition is the version of Minecraft for consoles and mobile, and also you can get it on computer, but most people who play on the computer play with Java Edition. Anyways, in Java Edition, all these tricks work for sure, and I have no clue if they work on Bedrock, so that's why I'm testing it. So there was a piece of a lapis here, you're just gonna have to trust me on that, that I actually tested wrong in the video. So we'll see if it's right here, because I found out later in the video that I was using the wrong coordinates to figure out the direction of north. But we know that now. So anyways, when you see your coordinates in the top left, which you turn on in the settings, which you turn on here in the game. And while you're at it, if you notice how in the previous episodes I had tooltips in the bottom left and right, well apparently I've played Bedrock for a few years now, and I didn't know you can just go into settings and turn that off in the controller settings, hide controller hints. So yeah, it looks a lot cleaner now. Anyways, but what the strategy is once you have the position in the top left with the coordinates is you take the third number, the z coordinate, because it goes x, y, z, and you just go to figure out which direction you're facing. Basically, you want to look at the z, and when it goes down when you're walking, that means you're walking north. So in this case, if I want to walk north from here, I go like this. And with the lapis trick, you're supposed to go 4 blocks north, which is right here, of the lapis, and then you're supposed to dig up and down a little bit, and you should see diamonds if the trick is working and if you're moderately lucky. And yeah, don't do this, don't dig down like that if you're gonna actually dig down like this so you don't fall into random water pits and lava pits. So yeah, it didn't seem to work that time, and I couldn't get it to work in the episode. These diamonds I got just from like randomly spotting them in a ravine, which I was very happy about, but I needed 3 diamonds to actually do the thing. So we still gotta go and test out the other trick and see if it works. So yeah, you guys see now, yeah, you can see I have lapsed in inventory from me trying it out, and yeah, it did not go very well. So the alternative trick we're gonna try using has to do with swamps. So let's go to the surface, and then I'll tell you a bit more about that. Alright, now that we're up, just to tell you guys about how some things work, Basically, if you want to find a biome, because in this case we're going to need to find a swamp biome, you can just simply go exploring, and that does work. But other than that, there's not really any real in-game way for you to find a biome that you haven't found before. Which I wish there was a way with, like, maybe you could have villagers who sold maps that could show you the way to a biome. But that is not in the game, so unfortunately, the only way to really get to a biome that you haven't already is to use external sources. That being said, if you're going to use any external source to find a biome, I suggest Chunk Finder, hashtag not sponsored. So what you're going to want to do is you go to the website Chunk Finder. I don't know any other website that does it. That's why I use Chunk Finder. So you just search up in the URL Chunk Finder, or sorry, not Chunk Finder, Chunk Base. I definitely see, now you definitely know I'm not sponsored. All right, that's definitely the plan. Anyways, you just search up Chunk Base on the computer, and then from there you click the apps button and you click the biome, so like category, and from there, of course, you can pause if you're following this along. From there, you can go into your settings and you go down into to your seed right here, and you just want to plug in your seed. So I'm going to actually do that right now because I did not actually prepare the seed for myself. 5021, okay, so just make sure you have it inputted correctly, which I do in my case, and then once you're on the website, you should be able to just look at the map, and if you can't immediately see because they have like color coded, you can click filter biomes at the bottom, and you should be able to easily filter where different biomes are in your world. In this case, we're gonna have to try to find a swamp biome, so I'm gonna see what's the closest swamp biome to my base. Which it looks like the closest one I can find is at, let's see, I'm already at 400, so let's keep that in mind. I have a 400 x coordinate, as we learned, that's how coordinates work, and then 80. So it looks like the closest one we're going to find is going to be a chunk at, it looks like we're going to have to go to about 0 and 700. So yeah, that's actually pretty far away. But it's alright, I'm ready for an adventure. Let me just drop off some more items if we're gonna have to go that far. Yeah, I guess we'll be on our way soon then. Before we go, I might as well breed up some of our cows a little bit more, because we're gonna need that later on once we do get our diamonds. Because the main purpose of me getting diamonds right now is so that we can get our enchantment table. And for that to actually be very helpful for us, we're going to need to ensure that we have leather and sugarcane in order to make bookshelves. So yeah, just what I do is I just make a pen, just spam around with wheat, and you should get some baby cows and the population growing. It starts growing slowly at first, but it really expands quickly as you go. I think you can breed them like every 5 minutes or so, I think is the timer. So yeah, that's my advice there. Anyways, we are going to, I should actually, just in case, while we're out, I might as well, because I don't have a horse on me right now, which I don't think we'll actually be using a horse for long if we do use a horse, but it would be cool to have it. Oh, did I lose my saddle? Okay, I might have also lost my saddle in my death, unless I'm blind and don't see it, but I think I did lose my saddle when I lost the other items. So that's unfortunate. But it's fine. We will continue either way. I'm going to... should I take my bed with me? I'll just go without the bed. It's fine. Is it fine? Indecisiveness. We'll take it with us. Just because it'll be nice. Okay, you know what? We're just going to leave it. Okay, here's my dilemma. Here's why I'm like not sure if I should take my bed or not. If we do take it, it means we'll be able to sleep and we won't have to deal with monsters in the nighttime. And am I going the right way? That first number's going down, second number's going up. Yeah, that's right. We will not have to deal with monsters at the nighttime. But the downside to bringing it with us is that if we do end up dying, we're gonna just respawn right at the actual spawn point of the world. Which is quite far away from everything, if I remember correctly. Or actually, it's not too far away. It's actually pretty close to our base. So maybe I should have brought it with me. But you know what? It's fine. It's because I'm used to playing in worlds where I usually I'm like 1,000 blocks or so away from my normal spawn point. Collect some sugarcane while we're out. So I don't really get the chance to make that choice and just bring it with me. But it probably would have been fine to bring it with me. That's alright though. So yeah, it's a little bit of a distance that we're gonna have to go, but that's alright. It'll give me back some video time that I didn't have. So yeah, the trick is gonna have to do with clay patches as we pass over one now, but it only works to my knowledge. I think it might actually work with rivers, but there's a little bit of a different trick you have to do with it. But when it comes to swamps, you're only gonna want to find the symmetrical clay patterns, or not symmetrical, but sort of like roundish. That is cool. That's a ravine. Anything valuable? I don't think so. I think I've seen this ravine before. Maybe, maybe not. I don't quite remember. But yeah, I don't see anything. So yeah, we continue. Yeah, but we want to look for the clay patches that are roundish, unlike these. Sort of like how that gravel patch is there, where they have a round shape. And yeah, we'll explain the rest of the trick once we get there. But it does have to do with directions once again, so you are going to still have to use the trick with the coordinates, so make sure you have that up if you are going to use it. But once again, that is only if it does end up working for us on Bedrock Edition. Though of course the lapis trick could also work. I've just tested it like 3 times, I think I tested it, 4 including the one I did in this episode. So yeah, I tested it a few times and couldn't get it to work, so maybe I was just very unlucky. Maybe it just doesn't exist in this version, Bedrock Edition specifically. So yeah, keep that in mind if you're going to be trying to use the trick on Bedrock. I could not get it to work. That being said, we may be able to get the trick with the swamps to work, which we are in right now. We just made it. So let's see if that actually does end up happening for us. So number 1, you're going to want to go into a swamp, find it using chunk base, as we explained before. A little bit of a nice cave entrance. That looks really cool, the way it goes in there. And you're going to want to look around. This is a very shallow part of the swamp, so maybe if we can find a bit with a bit of a deeper water section, would be a little nicer. But yeah, once you're here, you want to look for spots like this, where it looks like a circle. There's a few patterns you can find with clay that look like similar to this, that work. And you're going to want to look at your coordinates, and you're going to make sure you're going to make sure that you're going south. So in this case, we are going south here, at least if I get all these tricks correct, which I may have misinterpreted them, but hopefully I got them right. So south is this way in the positive Z, so you'll see the final coordinate is going up. And you're going to want to go 2 blocks forward from the center, and then on the 3rd one, you're going to want to dig down. Just how I heard it explained, so we're gonna use that explanation and test if it works. So when mining down, I always suggest mining down like this, where you have 2 blocks to support you, and you stand in between them. That way, you have a lot more of a chance of not having to deal with falling into lava is the main thing. There's a few other things that you don't want to do though, just falling in general could be very bad. So yeah, the trick is to do that, and once you've done that trick with the spot, you're going to want to dig all the way down. So basically just dig till you hit bedrock, and hopefully you will actually get something out of it. That being said, these tricks are all meant for 1.17. Once 1.18 comes out, I have no clue if these tricks will actually work anymore. Yeah, don't take if you're in 1.18, make sure to double check to see if a trick works that works for me in here. That being said, we only have one more trick that might work or not, so we'll see. But if it does end up working for me and you're in 1.18, just keep in mind it may have changed by that time, or 1.18 and onward, because 1.18 is going to majorly revamp caves, so and the way that all the generation for caves works, including ore generation. So yeah, keep that in mind. Anyways, we're almost reaching the level for diamonds right now, just about, and we will see if the trick's gonna work for us. I hope it does, but I don't know. My hopes aren't super high because it is Bedrock, and Bedrock is different in a lot of ways from Java Edition. So the chances are not extremely in our favor, but I'll say they're moderately in our favor for it to work. And even when it does, even on Java Edition, the edition where what does work, every once in a while it will not work because of chunk boundaries and things that override the spawning of ores, such as like structures, like a mine shaft. Hey, there's a... Where is your home axolotl? It's an axolotl with like no home. It's very odd. Anyways, if we saw diamonds here, that would be nice. That's irrelevant to the actual diamond mining we're doing right now, though. So let's get back on track. Find the hole in the ceiling. So yeah, we are at a level where we should be able to find diamonds. So yeah, we can see. There's also a common misconception in Minecraft that when you see lava, you're more likely to find diamonds around it. But that is not actually true. But it does kind of work. Where if you see a lava pool, you're probably going to have a very open area. And so you're going to see a lot more blocks at once. See, this is why you mine with 2 blocks like this. So I think that lava would have overridden the diamonds. So we're going to pillar back out. So the reason that you actually will find more sometimes when you see lava, and why you might think anecdotally that it actually does work, is because you just see a whole bunch more blocks, and every single block has a chance of being diamond ore. So obviously if you have a whole bunch of blocks, it's more likely that you'll find at least 1 diamond ore, right? Than if you had just a few blocks, like if you're strip mining. Which also means that cave exploring is technically better for finding diamonds than just strip mining, which is where you just mine in a straight line. But that also does come with the problems of that caves don't necessarily follow. Caves don't necessarily always appear at a nice spot for you. Where it actually has the right Y level for diamonds. So yeah, I believe this kind of pattern in the water with the gravel will also, or not gravel, with the clay will also work. The one that I will show you in a second because the skeleton attacked me. Ravine. Try not to get knocked into it. See how it's a bigger kind of shape, but it also does kind of follow a circle shape. So you just want to go from the center of the shape, which I believe is right here. I'm just going to place a block to make sure, yeah. And then you're going to want to make sure that you're going up in the Z coordinate, and you want to go 1, 2, and then dig down from here. I'll do it like this. And yeah, we'll see if this one works. Yeah, in this case, with this kind of clay, it means that you'll mine through part of the clay, but it should still work. It's always from the center of the clay. Okay. Well, you know what I've just discovered. This trick is supposed to work differently to how I thought it worked in a swamp biome. So in a river biome, you're supposed to go the 2 blocks north, 2 blocks south, or a lake biome, sorry. You're supposed to go 2 blocks south, which is what I've heard. But actually, in a swamp biome, you're supposed to go 8 blocks north. So that's an interesting difference. 8 blocks north, which is interesting. That's also a different direction. So yeah, we're going to test that instead and see if maybe, with my better understanding, if we can actually find some diamonds. That being said, I will leave in the other clips, but I'll probably put a note that I find out later that that is not the correct strategy. There are a lot of monsters, and this is why it might have been better for me to have done this during the day, but I will survive and deal with it. Anyways, so I will show you the other way around now and see if it works instead. So in this case, we're going to want to go from the middle of the patch, which we already discovered was right here, and we're going to want to go north, which is -Z. So we're in the middle of the patch, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 is where we dig down. So yeah, let's dig down here and see if it works. So yeah, we're just going to dig down with this, and yeah, let's test it. Hopefully no mobs come on us from above. Looks like we will be good though. Alright. I mean, technically they could still fall on us, but it's not as bad at this point. So yeah, let's just head down. See if we find anything with this trick, see if it's actually working for us, and we'll see. Yeah, in the post that I'm looking at it to see for the people speaking from the Java edition, does not say they have not tested on Bedrock, so they don't know if it actually works. So yeah, I'm testing it, and we'll see. Creeper, okay. Well, I was kind of hoping the skeleton would kill the creeper, because that would have been nice for us. We've gotten a disc out of it, but we did not. Try not to fall in a hole from this skeleton. Okay, let's bob and weave. Bob and weave. Oh, I didn't do it. Oh my gosh, we were at half a heart. Let's not die right now. I'm gonna put these around me, let myself heal up a little bit, and try not to die, because we could die very easily at this point. Alright, let's continue digging down, and hopefully not have any other issues as we go down. So we're at Y32. I believe diamonds start spawning at 16 and lower, I believe is the value for diamonds. So when you're above 16, you should not be worrying about finding diamonds yet. That will only happen at lower heights. So yeah, keep that in mind when you are mining. Okay, so this is within the actual other cave we found before, which had a skeleton waiting for us. How very nice. So yeah, if we would have found something in this cave, it would have been before. Let's see if there's anything down here though, beneath the cave. And into diamonds, question mark. We got a creeper, okay. Please do not kill us, thank you. Looks like he made a little hole in the lava pit there. Try not to get shot into that, please. Okay, and let's continue down. Having a little bit of trouble with the caves here. Have I actually ran out of iron? Wow. I think I accidentally left some iron back at the house, so yeah, we're gonna have to go like this and do it with a stone pickaxe, which is gonna be a problem if we do find diamonds, but if we do, then we can just go up and fix up a quick iron pickaxe for ourselves, and that should help. Anyways, I'm just gonna continue digging down and see if we can spot anything. We're already at Y level 8, and there's lava, so it's not very promising. But it's always possible that it gets overridden by things, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna go back up. I'm gonna quickly do a little bit of looking up to see if there is any advice on Bedrock, and other than that, I think we're just gonna leave it at this. Alright, and from what I can tell online, it seems like these tricks do not work as I suspected. So, unless there is any other tricks that I did not spot, it seems like these do not work for Bedrock, at least for enough of the time for it to be not helpful compared to just strip mining. So, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go back to the mines and do strip mining again. But we'll leave that till next time. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you around. Bye bye.